Hello and welcome to Sleeping Cerberus ASMR. And today I have a very exciting video. My order of live plants from Prairie Moon Nursery has arrived today. This is not sponsored in any way. I bought all of these with my own money, and I'm completely taking out all of the grass from my front yard this year. So this was my chance to basically go all out and get a bunch of bare root native plants that I'm going to install. So I thought I'd do a little unboxing of all the fun stuff I got, and then I have to get to work getting these all on the ground. So without further ado, let me get into this. Alright, immediately I can smell the smell of the peat moss and the roots. It just kind of smells like earth. It smells really good. Alright, so I got a bunch of things, and we're going to just start going through what I ordered. So the first thing I got is hairy beard tongue. And I ordered 3 of these. So if you're unfamiliar with buying bare roots online, at least from Prairie Moon, they will come wrapped up in a slightly moist peat moss. You can kind of see a little bit through the packaging. And so what I do is I will unpack these and I will soak them in water for a little bit, and then I will get them right into the ground. And it's also really nice. There's a image of what the root will look like and approximately how deep to plant each one. And these same pictures are also on their website in full color. So if you're having a hard time seeing it, you can always check online. Okay, so this is the first thing. Oh, this is a big boy. So the second thing I ordered was New England aster. And there's 1 root in here. And this is a fairly sizable package. So that's pretty exciting. I bet you that's going to be a really nice root that'll get me off to a great start. Okay. So the next thing I got are nodding onions. And these are good in groups, so I bought 12 of these. So I'm going to do 4 groups of 3 to have little clusters in the front of the garden beds. The next thing is a Tennessee coneflower. These were endangered until fairly recently, so I think it's nice to add these to your garden if you have a good spot for them. I have purchased a bare root Tennessee coneflower in the past, and it's done really well for me, so I wanted to add another one. Oh, this one I'm really excited about. Tall ironweed. I bought one of these, and this will go in the back border of my yard. These get a little tall, as the name suggests, 5 feet and sometimes even more than that, so that'll be a great border at the very back of the yard. Okay, this is another big one. This is Southern Blue Flag. This is an iris. I bought, it's a little cut off there, but I bought 3 of those. These are great if you have a kind of a low wet spot that gets full sun. I can see these are already starting to wake up, so that's why I have to get to work right after this. So full to partial sun, and then wet to medium soils, but it prefers more on the wet side. So this is another nice hefty package. Okay. The next thing is hoary vervain. And I bought 3 of these so I can do a nice little cluster. These have a really nice bluish purple flower, and it likes soils on the drier side. Excited to add some of this to my yard. Oh, I'm running out of room over here. Okay, the next thing is a prairie phlox. I got one of these. This is a nice low growing phlox with pink flowers. That'll be on the front edge of my border in a section that's protected from the bunnies. So it'll be a good spot for it. Next up, we have some wild bergamot. Got 3 of these. These grow well from seed, but I wanted to quickly get a new area established. So if this is a plant you're interested in, these are pretty reliable from seed as well. Okay, so the next is whorled milkweed. I got 3 of these to do in a nice little cluster. So this is a milkweed with white flowers. Pretty excited to get some different milkweed. I already have swamp milkweed and the orange butterfly milkweed growing in my yard, so excited to add some new milkweed. Oh, the next one is cardinal flower. You can see the root right there. These are those brilliant red flowers that really attract the hummingbirds. And these like really wet soil, so again, if you have some low wet areas, this is a great choice. And I have purchased these in the past as well, and sometimes the root that you get, you can actually kind of tease it apart very gently and have a couple extra plants. Okay, now we're really getting into it here. Next up is wild blue phlox. And this loves the shade. I've purchased this in the past about a year ago, and it's done well, so I'm going to add another one in a similar shaded location. Next up is turtlehead, which has some really cool white flowers that look a little bit like snapdragon flowers, if you've ever seen one of those. And this is another plant that likes wet soils, so I have a perfect spot for this. And I haven't grown this before, so I'm pretty excited to try something a little different with this one. Okay, so in the same family as the cardinal flower is the great blue lobelia. And I got 3 of these. I've also grown these before, and they've done really well for me. And just like the cardinal flower, when I've gotten these in the past, I've been able to tease the roots apart a little bit and spread these out even more than the 3. So we'll see if that's the same this time around. Oh, next up is the orange coneflower in the Rudbeckia family. And I got 3 of these to do in kind of a little drift in the front of one of the beds. So hopefully these take off and spread. Okay, Culver's root. This has a really nice tiny white flower spikes on it. I've had good luck with this root in the past, so I definitely wanted to get another one for the other side of my yard. Medium wet to medium dry and full to partial sun. see if I can get this into the frame a little bit. This is shrubby St. John's wort, which is just a lovely name that we give these plants. And I've got two of these in here, and you can see for this one, because it's a shrub, there's actually quite a bit of above ground growth on this one, which is very exciting. I have one of these already, and I just love the little yellow, like puffball flowers that they get. And so I had to add a couple more to my yard to spread these lovely plants around. They're pretty adaptable, and so certainly excited to add a couple more of these. Oh yeah, this is another big one. So this is a button bush, and sometimes they'll have some that are 1 year old, and some of them that will be a little older. So I got a 3-year-old button bush, and you can see the above ground portion of this shrub. It can almost turn into a small tree, really, and this likes wet soils. So I have a spot, again, kind of a low dipped area where I'm hoping to get this to take off. Pretty excited about that one. All right. A couple more things. Can't overlook this gem of a plant. This is meadow blazing star. You can see the scientific name of this Ciliatris right here. I have a few of these growing already, and these are absolutely monarch butterfly magnets. So these are a corm. Some people call them bulbs, but I think they're technically corms. So you just plant those under the ground and you get a nice plant. The first year I usually get from bare root, I usually get flowers, if not definitely the second year. And it's just a gorgeous purple color. I think one more thing. Oh, it's another big one. Try not to make a huge mess here, but I think the last thing in here is prairie 9-bark. I got 2 of these. These are quite a bit larger than I have purchased this once in the past. So that's pretty exciting if these can get established. Some great growth on these. Looks terrific. So full to partial sun, medium wet to medium dry. These are another great native shrub. So super excited to add some of these. Just make sure I didn't I think we got them all out. And if you're wondering about these particular packing peanuts, these are the type that dissolve in water. I think it's cornstarch that they're made out of. So these I will throw in my compost bin, and it's easy to check these because they will dissolve pretty quickly in water. So a more environmentally friendly option for the normal packing peanuts. So I hope everyone enjoyed looking at some of these bare roots that I ordered. And now I have got to get to work because I really outdid myself for how much work I'm going to have to do to get these into the ground. So, and it's recommended that you get these into the ground as soon as humanly possible to increase their chances of survival. So if you ever order some of these, try to prep the garden as best you can, and that way you can go a little quicker and make sure they can be all snug in their new homes and can start taking off and bringing all kinds of wonderful pollinators to your garden. So that's it for this one. I'm planning on doing some update videos throughout the year to see how these all are doing. And until the next one, happy gardening.